Hey everybody, this video is going to show you how to scan your own work that you've done on pen and paper and get it into a Teams assignment. So as you can see, I'm over here on my desktop, and the very first thing we need to do is we need to get a special program called Office Lens. Now to get that, even on your student computers, we're going to go to what's called the Microsoft Store. Now the easiest way to find that is to come down here to the bottom left hand corner and click right here on the magnifying glass. This brings up a search box for our entire computer. So what do we type in? Store, S-T-O-R-E. And you'll see that the Microsoft Store app is already right there waiting for us. So let's go ahead and click on it. Now mine popped right open. You may be asked to log in. If you are, just make sure you sign in with your school credentials. That's your ID number at student.osceolaschools.net. Now, once you're all signed in, we're looking for an app called Office Lens. And luckily enough, it's right here as the first one listed. Let's go ahead and click on that. And then once we're on the page, you can take a look at what the app's going to do, but we're going to go ahead and click install. This may take a moment because it needs to download and then install on your machine. So just be patient. All right, looks like we're finished. So let's go ahead, and I like to pin this to the start menu so I know where to find it. And then I'm going to go ahead and launch the app. There we go. It looks like it's open. Now, the first time you launch this app, it may ask you to let it use the camera. If it does, just say yes, because obviously it needs a camera to scan with. So now, as you can see, we are already in the app, and it's a very simple user interface. So over here on the bottom right-hand corner, we have a few options I want to talk about first. When I click on this, I can go to my settings, and we're going to go under General. Now, in general, you can choose the resolution of your camera if that's an option, and you can switch between different camera views if you happen to have an additional camera hooked up or a webcam hooked up to your computer. So just make sure you choose the webcam that's the highest quality. So now, once I'm done there, I'm just going to click the check mark at the bottom. Now, our next step is pretty simple. Again, over here on the right-hand side, we're going to go to the icon that looks like a scanner. When I click on this, I get 4 different options. I get to take a photo, I could choose a document, I could choose a whiteboard, or I could choose a business card. Basically, the system is asking us what type of document are we trying to scan. So in this case, I'm going to say this is a document. And now all I need to do is find something to scan. And I happen to have a piece of artwork here that I need to scan in for my art teacher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this up. And you'll notice that it automatically finds the edges for me. So now I click the little camera icon on the bottom, and it automatically grabs it and it starts to recrop for me. However, you'll notice that it's not quite cropped perfectly. So we're going to fix this. What we're going to do is come up to the top, and we're going to click on this icon here, the cropping tool. And what it does is it allows us to move these corner points. Well, you'll notice this corner point was a little high, so I'm going to click and drag and bring it back down here so it matches the actual corner of my painting. And you'll notice that it doesn't have to be perfectly square here, so I don't have to hold it perfectly. When I'm done, all I do is click the check marks at the bottom. It automatically recrops, resizes, and my document is ready to go. Now, what do I need to do next? Well, down here on the bottom right, I'm going to click the Save button, which brings up the Save dialog. Now the first thing we're going to do right up here at the top is we're going to rename this to something a lot more recognizable. In this case, I'm going to call it Chris's Artwork. Just make sure you check with your teacher on how they want you to name it. Next, the system gives you 6 different ways to save this file. And the cool part is you can select more than one at a time. Now, let's talk about them top to bottom. OneNote. If you happen to be using a class notebook, or if your teacher is using OneNote in her classroom, you can add this to any notebook that you're a part of. If you click the check mark, you can then choose where this goes by following the dialogues. Next, you have OneDrive. If we choose this, it means that the image that this created will just be saved in a folder called Office Lens inside your OneDrive. Now, the next two, Word and PowerPoint, not only does the system create a Word or PowerPoint document, but if you happen to have written anything or typed anything inside the document you scanned, it'll even read those and turn those into real text and real drawings for you inside these programs. It's pretty cool. And both of these, again, are saved inside that Office Lens folder in your OneDrive. Next is PDF. It'll turn your image into a PDF and again put it inside your OneDrive. And then finally, we have Gallery. This just saves it to the Photos gallery or the Photos folder right here on your device. So for today, I'm going to choose to put this inside my OneDrive and in the gallery on my computer. So all I now have to do is come down to the bottom and click the check mark. And you'll see that it's transferring up to my OneDrive and that it's already saved on my computer. And if I need to double check either one of these, I can just click on them. So now that we have these, let's close the program, head back to our desktop, and move over to Teams. So here I am back over in my team, and let's go check our assignments. I'm going to come up to the top, and it happens that I have an assignment called Upload Your Work Here. So I'm going to click on this, and my teacher wants me to add my work. So I'm going to click on Add Work, and I now have the option of either uploading from my OneDrive or from my device. So for today, I'm going to choose Upload from this device. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to come over here to my pictures, and here's my Chris's artwork. Hit Open, and it automatically uploads. Now, I could have just as easily found it inside the folders of my OneDrive and done the same thing. So either method works. So now I'm going to come back down to the bottom and click Done. So here's my artwork already attached. If I click on it, we can see it. Double check, hit close, and when I'm ready, I just hit Turn In. Now the best part is this also works on a phone or a tablet, which means you can also get the free Office Lens app for both Apple and Android and do the same process there. So I hope this helps you guys scan your work and get it into Teams.